The Brown family is having their biggest mess ever and everything is falling apart faster than anyone thought it would. In a crazy surprise, Kody Brown just gave Robyn divorce papers right to her face. Yes, you heard that right. Kody is finally breaking up with Robyn and it's making everyone shocked in the whole sister wives world. But wait, this is just the beginning. This crazy scene happened at a heated family party where everyone got really angry like never before. People who know them say Robyn was totally surprised, even though fans had been saying for months that their relationship was in trouble. Even with all this, no one thought Kody would do something so public and dramatic, especially after staying with Robyn when his marriages with Meri, Janelle, and Christine ended. So what finally made him do it? As things were calming down, Kody's first wife Meri Brown said something shocking of her own. In an angry, emotional comment, she was heard saying the devil is better than Robyn. Everyone was left shocked. Meri, who is usually quiet, finally spoke up and boy did she ever. But just when you think the drama is over, another fight starts up. Janelle Brown, who has been pretty calm in earlier seasons, exploded in a very rare, angry moment. She jumped to defend Meri, accusing Kody and Robyn in front of everyone of being sneaky and always playing favorites. Her angry words made social media go crazy with fans praising both Janelle and Meri for being strong after years of getting hurt emotionally. So is Robyn's spot as Kody's supposed favorite finally falling apart as this emotional mess shakes the Brown family to its core? One thing is for sure, the sister wives drama is far from over. What started as a story of togetherness is now falling apart as one of betrayal, broken trust, and mean truths finally coming out. And here's the real shocker: season 19 of Sister Wives is already on TV, but rumors are growing that this could be the last time we ever see the Brown family's story. Since it started in 2010, the show has given viewers an unusual look into the complicated lives of a family with multiple wives. But with Kody's last marriage now falling apart, is this the end of the road? Don't go anywhere. The real story behind this dramatic divorce is only just starting to come out. What happens next could change everything. Once a symbol of unity in the world of having multiple wives, the Brown family is now facing a shocking change, one that fans never saw coming. Dad Kody Brown, who once was the leader of a big family of 4 wives and 18 kids, now stands in the ruins of what was once a bold experiment in having multiple wives. The Browns were never just another reality TV family. Being part of the Apostolic United Brethren, a strict Mormon group, they wanted to prove wrong what people thought about them and bring having multiple wives into normal society. Their show Sister Wives opened their lives to the world, showing the day-to-day details of keeping a huge family together while balancing love, faith, and complicated human feelings. On the outside, it was a mix of home life and weird stuff. Parenting, house chores, and money problems mixed with basic jealousy, unequal love, and fights about faith. But secretly, cracks were always there. And as time went on, those cracks destroyed the whole thing. All 3 of Kody's wives, Christine, Janelle, and Meri, had left by the time season 19 was on TV in 2024. What had been a story of togetherness had become one of loss, emotional distance, and broken relationships. Fans who had sat down to watch a family make it through tough times were now watching the slow breakdown of its very heart. And at the center of it all was Meri Brown's sad story. Meri was Kody's first wife and the only one he was ever legally married to. They had 1 child together, and even from the start, their marriage was marked by distance and fighting. Kody admitted he wasn't attracted to her, and eventually they stopped being husband and wife. Still, Meri held on, even when he was cold to her, even when being pushed aside. Meri stayed faithful. Her spiritual commitment to the multiple wives calling kept her going even when Kody sat her down and bluntly told her there was no future for them. Actually, it was Meri who pushed Kody to go after Robyn, his 4th wife. The tragedy is heartbreaking. The one he showed the least love to is the one who brought his favorite wife into his family. And yet Meri kept trying. She tried, but during season 19 she finally made the hard choice to let go, to walk away from a marriage that only brought pain. And that, for many fans, marked the end of an era. Meri moving on left a hole in the story, a sign that Sister Wives may have reached its natural end. With Christine and Janelle already gone, and now Meri leaving the stage, what's left is something no one expected. A regular marriage between Kody and Robyn, that's right. The husband who once bragged about the spiritual benefits of having multiple wives now honestly admits he doesn't want it anymore. In a recent episode, Robyn asked Kody if he even missed being part of a family with multiple wives. His answer was honest and revealing. "I don't want to be careless with my answer because we were committed to this," he said. "But I am no longer interested in having multiple wives." Later in a confession he continued, "I don't want to go after another woman. I don't want that headache, the questions, the struggles, the wondering about trust. I'm not in that space, so what does this mean for the future of Sister Wives?" With the main idea now lost and the original reason for the show falling apart, most people think the end is coming soon. What started as a bold and emotional look into a non-traditional family has turned into a story of heartbreak, self-discovery, and in the end, letting go. The Brown family's journey may be coming to an end, but the power of their story and what it teaches us will be remembered long after the cameras stop rolling. Christine Brown had waited years through emotional distance, neglect, and heartbreak before she finally made the big choice to leave her marriage to Kody Brown in 2021. For fans who had watched Sister Wives for more than 10 years, her leaving wasn't just a breakup. It was the breaking down of a belief system and a personal change that shocked viewers and changed the family forever. Kody Brown has said he doesn't regret being part of a multiple wives family despite everything. He's even said that raising his children was the best blessing to come from his marriages. But actions speak louder than words, and those blessings, many of whom were once close with their father, now barely speak to him. So what happened? Everything seemed to change after Kody married Robyn. His relationship with her and the attention he gave to just that one made many of his older kids angry. Some were left feeling abandoned, others flat out rejected. And for Christine, the woman who had never been afraid to show her feelings, the rejection was too much to take. Christine grew up in a multiple wives family. She knew how things worked, but that didn't make it any easier when she became the third wife, especially when her husband's love was clearly going somewhere else. She wanted a deeper relationship, romance, partnership, but what she got instead was growing emotional distance, and the unavoidable fact that Robyn was now at the front of Kody's life. Finally, Christine had had enough. Leaving was not easy, but it turned out to be the very best thing she ever did. And then came the shock twist nobody could have predicted. After her breakup from Kody, Christine didn't just survive, she thrived. In a touching surprise, she fell in love with David Woolley. They got married in October 2023 during a celebration of new dreams and beginnings. Their relationship is completely simple, honest, and with just one spouse. They ride bikes, get tattoos together, and even do home repairs as a team. For the first time in her life, Christine has the marriage and love she ever wanted, and with it, her own chapter in Sister Wives and a multiple marriage was closed. But Christine wasn't alone in walking away from Kody. Janelle Brown and Meri Brown soon followed, both making their own paths out of an increasingly one-sided family situation. For Janelle, having multiple wives had its good points. She enjoyed the freedom it gave, the ability to create her own life without her husband always being there. But what she could not stand was Kody's growing distance from their children's lives. Janelle and Kody had 6 children together: Logan, Maddie, Hunter, Garrison, Gabriel, and Savannah. During the early years, Kody was there and involved. But over time, and especially after his relationship with Robyn became more close, the emotional distance grew. Kody's attention turned to his younger children, especially the ones he had with Robyn, and the others started to feel like they no longer mattered. That's when Janelle realized things needed to change. Like Christine, she walked away not just from a man but from a set of beliefs that no longer worked for her or for her children. And in doing so, she began building the life she always imagined, one defined by independence, strength, and self-worth. So where does that leave Sister Wives? With Christine, Janelle, and Meri all gone, the show's foundation, having multiple wives, is gone with them. What remains is a broken framework with Kody and Robyn now living as a regular married couple. And that leaves only one burning question. Is this the end of Sister Wives as we know it? Stay tuned, because although the multiple wives family is finished, the story of their change is far from over. Janelle Brown is a woman of quiet strength. With the end of her marriage to Kody Brown, she looked long and hard at her own life and decided it was time to start over again. Since her marriage was in the past and her children are grown, Janelle is now following a dream she had in her heart, opening a flower farm. Someone who loved gardening for many years, she recently bought land in North Carolina to be near her daughter Maddie Brush, her husband Caleb, and their 3 children. Janelle is now establishing roots in more than one way, creating a quiet new life among family and the outdoors. But while Janelle is entering a new time, the Sister Wives family has been shaken to its core. In March 2024, tragedy happened when 25-year-old Garrison Brown, Janelle and Kody's beloved son, died after battling mental health problems for a long time. His death shocked the family and left them stunned. Garrison had been remembered for his colorful personality and huge love for his brothers and sisters. The tragedy wasn't just private, it was public, deeply painful, and completely devastating. In the wake of it all, Janelle and Kody, no longer husband and wife, were left connected in sadness. They put out a joint statement grieving the loss of their beautiful boy, and fans appreciated an unusual moment of unity between the 2 ex-partners. Naturally, the family now sees the Sister Wives show as intense emotional suffering, making the show had become a reminder of their loss. As Janelle sets out on this path of healing and starting over, she might eventually choose to leave the spotlight forever, and she wouldn't be alone. The Sister Wives show started as a fascinating look at modern multiple marriage. Yet the world it was built on no longer exists. None of Kody's former wives, Christine, Meri, or Janelle, have any plan of returning to multiple marriage. Christine is now remarried and happy to David Woolley in a regular marriage. Meri has moved on, choosing personal growth and taking care of herself. And Janelle is focusing on living a calm, independent life near her kids. More telling, not one of Kody's many children has chosen multiple marriage. Though many are married or in serious relationships, none have copied their father. In season 19, Robyn's child Aurora got baptized into a church that promotes multiple marriage. And although Kody was honored to be involved, Robyn later admitted she was disappointed. In an honest confession, she said, "I do feel like we failed." To her, the fact that there were no children who continued the faith or lifestyle was a bitter realization, and she might just be right. The entire idea of Sister Wives, a multiple wives family living through life in a modern world, has slowly fallen apart over the last couple of seasons. What is left is no longer a multiple wives home. Kody and Robyn are now in a regular marriage with no plan of bringing new wives into the family. The show has changed into a picture of endings rather than beginnings. So what comes next? As fans, we've watched the rise and fall of this unusual family. We've seen love, heartbreak, betrayal, growth, and now loss. The senseless loss of Garrison could be the emotional turning point not just for the Browns but for the series itself. Sister Wives may have run its course. That makes sense because ultimately this was not a show about multiple marriage. It was about people imperfect, real, and growing. And now they get to live out their next acts, even if it means permanently turning off the cameras. For the Brown family, March 2024 was a month of unthinkable tragedy. Robert Garrison Brown, much-loved son of Janelle and Kody Brown, died by suicide at the age of 25. The devastating news caused shockwaves among the Sister Wives fans, with fans and family in mourning. The news was shared through a joint Instagram post by Kody and Janelle, where they wrote, "He was a bright spot in the lives of all who knew him. Our loss is going to create such a large hole in our life that it takes our breath away. We ask you all to respect our privacy and join us in celebrating his memory." Janelle has since been very open about the emotional cost it's had on her. She shared her sadness openly, honestly, and vulnerably on social media. In March 2024, she shared photos from Garrison's celebration of life, saying, "Coming out of the fog, it's been hard to get my brain to work properly again. I am so grateful for the outpouring of love and support I've received these last 3 weeks. The support has been overwhelming. I am honored." In April 2024, what would have been Garrison's 26th birthday, Janelle honored her son with heartbreaking sweetness. "Happy heavenly birthday. Happy birthday, sweetheart," she wrote. "We miss you so much today. It's impossible to believe you are not here anymore. We spoke about you a lot today and even went for dinner to Texas Roadhouse. I still feel you around sometimes, and I am thankful that we will reunite with one another when my time is done." Mother's Day in May 2024 was particularly hard for Janelle. She explained how baking a simple strawberry rhubarb pie, a favorite dessert of Garrison's, brought back strong memories. "Perhaps no one loved it more than Garrison, and that made this pie bittersweet. I love you, honey, and miss you every day." At the Us Weekly plus Pluto TV Reality Stars of the Year party in October 2024, Janelle opened up. "Making it through every day is a win. You just take it day by day, moment by moment. I just feel that you just do what you can to help mental health, especially men's mental health. We just keep trying to honor and remember him." By March 2025, exactly 1 year after his death, Janelle marked the painful milestone with a touching Instagram post. "I stay busy, but in every quiet moment you are first and foremost in my thoughts. It's been a year, baby. We miss you so much. I miss you so much." Gone too soon, the Sister Wives reality show captured this time of raw sorrow. In an episode airing in May 2025, the family's rough feelings were shown. Kody, whose tough appearance often hides his emotional depths, tearfully broke down, admitting, "Grief comes in waves. It just wasn't supposed to be this way." He expressed regret over previous fights with Garrison, especially ones about COVID-19 rules, saying, "I didn't get a chance to really just make things right. Just not being able to say goodbye. I thought there would be more time. Everybody thinks they got more time." At a raw emotional moment, Kody turned to Robyn and collapsed. "It's like I've got to do something different because I could have had more time with him. How am I going to do this? How do I do the rest of my life with every holiday, every birthday without him?" Janelle Brown's voice shook during the May 2025 episode of Sister Wives, as she relived the devastating last few hours leading up to the death of her son Garrison. She remembered texting and calling him throughout the day. Everything felt normal. But when she realized he went quiet at 8:00 p.m., she became worried. Janelle told her sons to go check on him. Then she went to bed. Without a clue about the heartbreaking news she'd wake up to. It was her son Gabriel who called her early the next morning. "Garrison is dead." With tears in her eyes, Janelle explained her confusion and grief. "I don't know what happened that night. He's had other nights like this where he'd drink, pass out, and go sort of radio silent, but he'd always be back in the morning. I don't know what happened this time." Later she told her sister Carrie. Garrison, she explained, had lived quietly with depression and anxiety, and in the loneliness of the pandemic, alcohol was the way he dealt with things, one that ultimately took over him. "We did everything we could, and I know that, but Garrison was more than his suffering. He was a deeply loving brother, always involved in the lives of his younger brothers and sisters." Janelle remembered how thoughtful he was with Christine and Kody's daughter Truly, and how he used to go see Robyn's kids Solomon and Ariella nearly every day. He was always so much about his little brother and sister, she said, smiling gently through the heartache. He loved them so much. Kody himself was overwhelmed by grief during the same episode of Sister Wives, with worry taking over him at unexpected times. He described a deep longing, a crushing pain. Sometimes out of the blue it'll just overpower me, almost like an anxiety attack, a deep suffocating feeling that I'll never lay eyes on him again. As a way of mourning, Kody had a plan that was very personal. He would have Garrison buried in Wyoming next to his own grandparents, making a trip to his family heritage. There's so much left unsaid. It's so much left undone. I was the first one that held him. This is my son. I rocked him to sleep, he said in tears. Kody took it one step further. He asked the person who takes care of the cemetery if he could dig the grave himself. A ritual, spiritual act. It means something to me. I don't know why, but it's one of the most important things I've ever done. In a quiet, weathered cemetery in Wyoming, he dug the earth for his son. A father's final act of love. It's the last gift to my boy. This is my duty, my job. On Sister Wives' May 4, 2025 episode, Kody Brown finally spoke out about the tragedy that devastated his world, losing his son Garrison Brown. Garrison took his own life at the age of 25 in March 2024 at home in Flagstaff, Arizona. The reality show stayed silent for months on the he couldn't say goodbye. He didn't know the last time he saw Garrison would be the final time. And now he was left alone with memories, missed calls, and what-ifs. So many people told me not to get caught in the what-if train, Kody said. But I'm going to, because that's how I process. He struggled with the questions. What if I had called him? What if I had just kept in touch more? What if we'd gone and done more? What if I hadn't been so worried about the wrong things? These weren't just passing thoughts. To Kody, they were a connection. The only thing that made him still feel close to Garrison. In a sorrowful moment, he asked out loud, "How do I do the rest of my life?" With every holiday, every birthday, what once were celebrations are now reminders of absence, of silence, of grief. Kody admitted that looking back, the frustrations that ate at him during the pandemic, the tension, the control, the family breaking apart, all of a sudden just felt so unimportant. "I'm just sad, disappointed about what could have been." Later, in a tearful interview for the Sister Wives one-on-one special, Kody faced not only sadness but criticism. When asked by host Sukanya Christian if he favored some family members over others, particularly his wife Robyn, Kody got annoyed. "Try that," he snapped. "Your bond with each child is unique. Each friend is unique. There are different connections, different fulfillments." He admitted what many already knew. You find a higher love and then everybody just slaps you down for it. Whether or not viewers saw that as an excuse or avoidance, one thing was certain. Kody Brown is a grieving father. A man dealing with loss, with mistakes, and the unstoppable passage of time. "I'll tell you what, there's a divine aspect about my relationship with Robyn." Kody Brown was not holding anything back anymore. In a raw, angry moment, he stood up for the woman he calls his soulmate and snapped back at the criticism he's received for loving her. "I love this woman," he said, "and I'm so sick and tired of being made to feel guilty for it. I'm walking around flipping to birds." After decades of multiple marriage, the Brown family had fallen apart fast. Christine was the first to leave in November 2021. Then Janelle followed in December 2022, and just 1 month later, in January 2023, Meri confirmed that her marriage to Kody had also come to an end. 3 wives gone, 4 marriages broken, all within 14 months. The problem at its core: favoritism. Many said it was Kody's close emotional connection to Robyn and how increasingly obvious that was to the rest of the household. And eventually, that imbalance destroyed the foundation of their multiple wives' home. In an interview with People magazine, Meri openly talked about the psychological cost of jealousy, something she had learned to keep hidden as a young girl growing up in the strict Mormon religion. I didn't have the tools to deal with my feelings, Meri said. I felt like I was a bad person even to feel jealous. She remembered how she would be confused when Kody would say to her, "If you're fine with other wives coming in the family, why do you feel jealous?" The answer now seems simple, because I'm human, Meri said. She wasn't alone in that heartbreak, but in March 2024, everything changed. Not just for Meri, but for Kody, Janelle, and every member of the Brown family. That month, tragedy struck. Robert Garrison Brown, Kody and Janelle's 25-year-old son, died by suicide. Suddenly, old wounds and broken promises meant nothing. Two former spouses, now just two grieving parents, were pulled back together not by choice but by love and loss. In a joint statement posted on Instagram, they wrote, "Janelle and I are deeply saddened to announce the loss of our beautiful boy Robert Garrison Brown. He was a shining light in the lives of everyone who knew him. Our loss will be so huge in our lives that it takes our breath away." For Kody and Janelle, it was unimaginable pain. Gone was bitterness. Gone was blame. In its place, grief, shared, raw, and overwhelming. Janelle found comfort in memories. She celebrated Garrison's birthday by going to his favorite restaurant. She baked his favorite pie. She made posts that broke open the fans' hearts everywhere. Kody, on the other hand, struggled with guilt and regret the what-ifs that tortured his nights. And now their formerly broken connection became something else. A tentative union built in brokenness. Not a love reunion, but a reunion of loss. Because tragedy doesn't care what you love or who you've lost. It doesn't care about cameras, contracts, or custody. It just comes. And when it does, it changes everything. And for Janelle Brown, this Mother's Day was not a time for celebration. It was a heart-wrenching reminder of the laughter that used to fill the room and a son who would never walk through the door again. She honestly talked about the challenge of dealing with her first Mother's Day without Garrison. Her heart weighed down by sorrow. The habits they once shared, the pie, the laughter, the hugs were now memories, bittersweet and heartbreaking. In the meantime, Kody Brown struggled with another form of pain, the pain of regret. On Sister Wives, viewers saw moments of Kody's sorrow. He admitted he missed so many opportunities to reconnect with Garrison, moments he believed would come someday in the future, now lost forever. "I wish I'd reached out. I wish I'd listened more. I just thought we had time, but time ran out." The family chose to cremate Garrison and later buried his ashes in Wyoming, a place Garrison loved, a place with family memories, a place where he would be able to rest in peace, surrounded by the land and legacy that raised him. Although divorced, Kody and Janelle sat together at the burial, no longer as husband and wife, but as parents bound together in sorrow. But what brought them here? What broke a 30-year marriage, 6 children, and a lifetime of shared sacrifice? The reasons behind the divorce, the fault lines had been developing for years. Janelle felt Kody's relationship with their children, particularly the older boys, had become distant. She saw Kody pull away, seemingly more concerned with control than with connection. There was a growing emotional distance. Talks turned into fights, misunderstandings turned into habits, and Janelle felt more and more unsupported and overlooked. During this time, fights over money and belongings stretched the family even tighter. Janelle thought that she had contributed to the Brown family's financial foundation. She worked, saved, sacrificed just like the other wives. But when the time came for dividing up belongings, she didn't feel like she was being treated equally. Kody disagreed. He said the family's resources were shared, held by her and all the wives and children alike. He claimed Robyn's finances had been used to pay off family debts, and it wouldn't be right to draw from her now. But to Janelle, it didn't look fair. It felt like favoritism. So after years of struggling to keep the pieces together for her marriage, her religion, and her kids, Janelle let them all go. She chose self-respect rather than silence. She chose her kids instead of chaos. She chose freedom rather than frustration, a farewell and a final goodbye. Now the family is getting ready for one of the most emotional moments in Sister Wives history. Season 19, Episode 26 premieres on May 25, 2025, at 7:00 p.m. Pacific Time, 10:00 p.m. Eastern Time. In this said episode, fans will see Janelle at the Flagstaff Humane Society where a memorial sign with Garrison's name hangs. The Browns head to Wyoming for Garrison's burial, a quiet moment when the whole family comes together for one final farewell. Kody, in a very personal act, digging his son's grave, a symbolic gesture of grief, guilt, and memory. This is not another episode. This is a family laid bare. No more roles to play, no more labels to wear, just raw, real grief. As Season 19 of Sister Wives continues to unfold with one of the most emotional episodes on record, fans across the country are getting ready to watch live for Episode 26. So, where and when can you watch? Where to stream Sister Wives Season 19 Episode 26? You can stream Sister Wives on the TLC network, your home for emotional and dramatic reality TV. TLC is carried by most cable and satellite television providers, as well as by some live TV streaming services. The episode will also be streaming on Max, previously known as HBO Max, one of the most popular streaming providers that offers exclusive films, documentaries, and programming, including all episodes of Sister Wives. Release date, May 25, 2025. Time, 7:00 p.m. Pacific, 10:00 p.m. Eastern. So no matter where you are seeing it on traditional cable or streaming on Max, you won't want to miss this touching installment in the Brown family saga. What is Sister Wives really about? If you're new to the series or haven't watched in a while, here's a quick reminder. Sister Wives is a groundbreaking reality show that follows Kody Brown, a man in a multiple wives marriage with 4 wives: Meri, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn, and their 18 children. Through ups and downs, births and heartbreaks, the Brown family has tried to live their truth in a world that often doesn't understand them. The official description says it all. Husband Kody Brown, along with his 4 wives and their combined 18 children, attempts to navigate life as a normal family in a society that shuns their lifestyle. Over 19 seasons, we've watched love, conflict, personal growth, and now deep sorrow unfold on screen. Episode 26 isn't just another installment. It's a turning point, a moment of mourning, a moment of reckoning, and maybe a new beginning for the Browns.